Pulaski County did on their fourth down situation at this end of the field, the same thing that Annandale had done the first quarter, because the wind is in their face. They didn't even try to throw it. They felt they had to keep it on the ground.
This could be Annandale's quarter to throw it. Jennings stuffed at the line of scrimmage, maybe even had lost one. It was a 2nd down and 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 yards for the Adams. Jennings is their key runner coming out of the backfield. He has over 1,200 yards and 22 touchdowns. He's the Potomac District Player of the Year, and he is a star for this team.
And not only as mentioning Jennings being the Potomac Player of the Year on defense for the Adams, you also have Maurice Daniels, who's the Defensive Player of the Year up here also.
We'll be talking a little more about him when he gets out there and plays. McPhail on the keeper, throws at the last minute, finds Clark on the reception for the 1st down. McPhail very near the line of scrimmage. I thought he was going to keep it, but at the last minute, he found Brian Clark, his 6'2", 180-pound senior receiver out there open.
And that was a great throw by McPhail as he was rolling to his right. It appeared, as you said, he could have picked that up by continuing to run with that ball for a 1st down, but he was able to pull the trigger to Clark. Very well thrown ball, picks up a 1st down, and they continue to keep this drive alive.
Earlier in the game, McPhail added his 10th touchdown throw of the season when he found Seeger on a 55-yard pass play. Here comes the run. Santa Ana stuffed big time at the line of scrimmage. No fake was taken there as he was just nailed head on. Annandale, not as good a running team, but certainly an adequate one with over 200 yards per game in average. Pulaski County is an outstanding running team with almost 350 yards.
But as you said on that last play, Santa Ana was hit for no gain. I was trying to find the number on that defender because I always enjoy seeing those real solid stops, and I'll hopefully try to make sure he's acknowledged before this game is over.
They've got some good linebackers. They do miss Eric Webb, their big star, but some other players have stepped up and stiffened the line there for Pulaski County. Here comes the 2nd down play. Flags on the play, and this one will be whistled off as McPhail was rolling left. A little less than 4 minutes to play in 3rd quarter action. Time becomes the enemy of the team that's behind, and we know that Pulaski County would rather have the ball with the clock ticking down now. See the procedure call against the offense called by our referee today, Tony Scarcelli. Now push Annandale back. Instead of being 2nd down and about 10, it'll be 2nd down and 15.
That's really great. This is a shot of the fans who are out here this afternoon watching their teams attempt to win the state championship. And this is nowhere near good conditions to do anything out of doors, but they're out here trying to cheer their teams on to victory.
Of course, a special mention to the Pulaski folks who drive 4 or 5 hours to get up here. Draw play, Jennings fools no one, and a big defensive stop by Newcomb there. He and Dunnigan really anchor that defensive line.
And you spoke about Newcomb earlier. Newcomb has had an outstanding day for the Pulaski County team. Again, stops it for no gain and forces what appears to be about a 3rd and 17 now for Annandale.
Newcomb leads his team in sacks with 14 on the year. That's a lot at a high school level. And a little bit later on, we will sort these players out. One of them will be our Bruce's Body Shop Player of the Week, to be determined later. He'll have a lovely jacket as a memento. McPhail comes to the line of scrimmage now with Jennings. Santa Ana beside that. Gives to Santa Ana on the crossing play, but that didn't work. It's 3rd down and 18, and it'll be more than that for 4th down, and it'll be punting time for the Adams.
And again, that was Larry Newcomb, number 77, 6'2", 247-pound senior for Pulaski County, who not only made the stop but slammed Santa Ana's body to the ground.
That's what they. That's why they play. That's what they love. And standing beside him is Randy Dunnigan. Now, you know, Newcomb sounds big at 247, but Dunnigan weighs in at 280. That's when you say tips the scales, like right over, breaks them maybe. Arndt for the punt. Heavy pressure gets it away. It's a low driving kick. It ends up into the hands of Pulaski County's Davis. Tim Davis is going all the way, as they say, east to west. Ball's on the turf, but they're going to call him down on the 44-yard line. And Davis's run back goes for about close to 20 yards.
And Davis made a very good reception on that kick because the kick was so low that had he missed it, the ball would have been much deeper in Pulaski County's territory. So he not only gained them yardage to their own 45-yard line, but saved what would have been an outstanding kick for Annandale had that ball gotten by him.
And Annandale has enjoyed the advantage in field position almost this entire game. this third quarter is likely to be theirs in that regard too, because the wind will be at their back. It's the wing T formation. Lewis looking left, got some blockers, turns the corner, got 5 yards. It'll bring up second down for Pulaski County, which stalled on downs on their first drive.
You're right about that, and they not only stalled on downs, but they had an outstanding multi-play drive led by Lewis, which was their best of the day. But on fourth down, they were not able to convert, and the time is now 1:34 left in the third quarter. Pulaski County needs to obviously start getting some points to have an opportunity in this ball game.
On this very same field last year, Pulaski County beat Robinson on their way to the state championship, so they're familiar with this turf. Can't get back the other way. That's Lewis trying to cut back inside when he saw so many Annandale defenders on the right side of his line, but it didn't work. And the field really, I don't think he slipped because it was muddy or anything. This field has really been in good shape.
No, he didn't slip because it was muddy. He slipped because he knew he was about to take a severe blow from one of those defenders from Annandale. But it can be seen here, the offense of Pulaski County in the second half is trying to use their best back at this point, Lewis, to get them the yardage they need and trying to keep their offensive plays alive.
Here comes that inside handoff. Number 3, Ingalls takes the handoff. But if you noticed on that play, instead of taking it cleanly like Webb had for so many weeks, Ingalls had a bit of a problem, kind of banged into the other back, and that's not going to work as well.
Well, and the thing that I think cannot go without being stated is the fact that Webb not playing today has hurt Pulaski County. That's a part of football at any level. When you don't have one of your top performers playing, you have to utilize whoever the other players are to make that difference up and try to continue to go forward. So that's not a complete excuse, of course, for Pulaski County, but Webb is one of their major weapons, and he's out of this contest today.
He's a first team. We speak of Eric Webb, by the way. He's a first team offense and defensive player in the entire Northwestern region, and he led them to the state championship last year with 3 touchdowns against Thomas Dale of Richmond. They were lined up as a possibility of a rematch, which is very rare, between Thomas Dale and Pulaski County this year. But Annandale beat Thomas Dale last week in Richmond to get this far, and so far they've had the better of Pulaski County. 39 seconds left on the clock. It'll be another punt by Ingalls of Pulaski County. He'll stand on about his own 42-yard line as he puts his foot into it, pops it high in the air. This time, the Annandale players dive for cover instead of touching up the ball like they did previously, and they'll be able to take this ball over at about their own 30-yard line.
And that's something that I expected to see, that at halftime, of course, the coach of Annandale, Coach Adams, let them know when that ball is kicked, because the wind is going to stop it, get away from it. Don't even try to get around it. And you could see that on that last play as some of the players dove for the sideline trying to get away from where that ball might have landed.
Well, it's first down and 10 as the Adams take over. Have to be clear to enunciate. I remember when I told Willie that the team was named the Adams. He said, "Is that the Adams family?"
I thought that was a bomb or something.
Exactly, yeah. Well, that's actually kind of what it is. They've got the Adam on their helmets there. And on the running play, Jennings following Santa Ana through the line. As the clock continues to waste down, they may well not even play another play here in the third quarter, as this quarter is pretty much flown by. A lot of running. Annandale kind of mimicking Pulaski County a lot in that they're living by the run today.
Well, they've been able to be selective with their passes. Their running game has worked well for them, and with that fact of trying to keep this 14-0 lead in position, they don't want to do anything to take any chances, and it appears this will be the last play of the third quarter.
And we are back with action here in the very final quarter of today's game. You just missed 8 seconds, no big deal. Santa Ana on the first down run gained the 3 yards necessary, and we welcome you back with first down and 10 for Annandale here in the game of the week.
That was a very important first down for Annandale. Santa Ana made it by about a half yard, and that allows them to keep this clock running, and that, of course, is what they want to do. Try to keep their drives alive, keep the chains being moved, and keep the offense of Pulaski on the sideline.
Santa Ana joins Jennings in the backfield. McPhail's the quarterback, gives it to Santa Ana. He's good for about 3 yards, brings up second down for the Adams. They've done a good job of spreading the wealth in the backfield. Jennings is the guy they look at as the flashy runner, but Santa Ana has been very steady today.
You're right about that. Santa Ana picked up about 3 yards on that play, and Mike Luke made that stop from his linebacker spot for Pulaski County.
Another one of those guys filling in as Eric Webb is out. Should mention Lilly, Payne, Berkeley, some good linebackers who've played under tough conditions here today. It's cold in the press box, so we know it's even colder on the field and down in the production truck. I formation for Annandale. Jennings follows the lead block of Santa Ana. Gains about 3 yards, brings up a third down.